Hey Cavernites, this is Jono, and today we're going to be checking out the PC port of Super Bomberman R. This is a game that originally launched on the Nintendo Switch when it launched last year in March, I believe, and it's also launching this week on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It may have already have launched on those platforms too, I believe they have. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly show off what's new with this port and what might be wrong with it and so on. So those that played the Switch version of Super Bomberman R will know that it did have a really rocky launch. There's a lot of issues with the input lag on the controls. It was not fun to play at all, and the online was super laggy, and over time they fixed a lot of these issues, and they even added a lot of new content. Like originally this Grand Prix mode didn't even exist, where you can play online in teams with each other and whatnot. So that's a nice little addition, but we'll be checking out standard mode today, which is what the game would normally boot into originally. So first of all, I wanted to head into the options, just kind of show you what you have to work with here, which there isn't a whole lot. So you have your basic settings with volume, vibration, the fixed battle camera, network settings, which ideally you'll probably want to stretch all the way out to worldwide, because the population on PC right now is unfortunately quite low, very low. And I think a lot of this has to do with the price, and there's some issues as well which aren't helping, because reviews are popping up on the Steam user reviews pointing out some glaring issues. So yeah, we're gonna stick that all the way up and hope that the population increases eventually. Then in configuration, as you can see, there's a lot of really basic settings that are described in a bizarre way that I've never seen in a PC game. So for the texture settings, you can pick rough, normal, or clear, smoothness, normal, clear. You have to look at the bottom of the screen to see exactly what they're talking about, what the actual name for the setting is, so it's kind of bizarre. And then there's a speed warning too. This is something I also haven't seen in the game. It can display a warning when your FPS is dropping, which I can usually tell when it's dropping, even if I can't see a counter, so that's kind of strange as well. But I just turned that off. And then there's windowed mode, but it seems to be stuck in a borderless windowed mode anyway. I can't seem to get it to run in the actual full screen. Then there's the controls. This is another problem with the game right now. These controls that it displays here, this is what you're stuck using. There's no way to change the controls right now, which is a bummer for a lot of people. And this just ends the game, so we don't want to do that. We're going to back out. For some reason, the ending the game option is you have to go to other for it, instead of it just being on the main menu. So next up, that some people are curious about is the shop. I think when a lot of people see this and they see that currency at the top, they think there's microtransactions in this game. But there are no microtransactions at all. Some people may think there'll be some because of the microtransactions Konami had in Metal Gear Solid 5 and Metal Gear Survive. Those both had microtransactions, but there's none in this Bomberman game. All these coins are all earned by just playing the game, so I don't need to worry about that. I actually bought a lot of this stuff already, because a lot of the characters that are in the shop initially only cost 10, and you start with 1,000 something coins, so you can just easily build up your roster right from the start. The stages cost a lot though. If you want to play all the stages, you're going to be playing for quite a while, because they're extremely expensive compared to the characters and these Bomberman head topper thingies. Alright, so then before, I'm not gonna maybe I'll just quickly go into one stage, just so you can see. This is the story mode. There's multiple worlds. I've done the first world so far, and I've beat this on the Switch already too. And there's multiple difficulties. I'll just keep it on veteran for now. But this is a very bare bones single player Bomberman experience. There's cutscenes here. I'm just gonna skip them so I don't spoil anything if anyone would be bothered by spoilers. And here's a nice selection of the different characters. These are the base ones, these guys here, the different colors. But then, as you can see, this is the Peabody Bomber. It's from Portal 2. That's an exclusive for the PC version. The other platforms have their own exclusives. Then there's Xavier Woods Bomber. That's a new one they added for this launch, based on the real-life celebrity. There should be some other ones, I thought. Maybe you can't... Oh, there we go. Here's the other one. So you have Simon Belmont Bomber, Vic Viper Bomber. These are a lot of characters that were added during the Switch's life cycle. Pyramid Head Bomber. That's kind of strange seeing in a Bomberman game. Jehudi, Anubis, Dracula. Yeah, there we go. How we just... We'll be Dracula. I don't have any cosmetic head top things. So yeah, basically in the story mode, it's like a simple top-down-ish Bomberman stage view, and you just gotta like kill all the enemies or like touch a bunch of buttons. Okay, that's right. The different types of Bomberman characters have different abilities too, which is interesting. Okay, I don't even know what happened there. What was that? So I can like drop something on the ground, but I'm not really sure what it does. Interesting. But yeah, basically this, I didn't want to show too much of this. Yeah, I'm dead here. So basically, to get to the next stage, I just kill all these enemies. And then I keep going through like 10 stages and there'll be a boss fight. But what I really wanted to get to was the battle mode, because I feel like this is what most people would be buying a Bomberman game for. And while multiplayer local battles run fine, the online has some issues right now. So we're gonna head in, and I tried this yesterday. And I couldn't find any matches, so as you can see I don't like have any progress in here at all. So I'm gonna try to get into a league battle, see if I can actually play, but I wasn't able, and I don't know if it had to do with not being able to find other players, but I think it's an actual issue on Konami's end. So as you can see, you can just sit here and wait and wait and wait, and nothing seems to happen. Eventually it did like put me into a lobby by myself, and it kept looking, and it still never found anybody. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it isn't going to find anybody. I think the community kind of like gave up on the online too already, because it doesn't seem to be working. And Konami has acknowledged this, I believe. There is, in the Steam forums, they say they're working on updates to fix the issues with the game right now, which is good. They acted in a similar way with Metal Gear Survive as well. So the team that they're working on these ports are doing a good job, I'd say, with at least trying to fix what's going on, the problems with the game. So yeah, this isn't gonna work, I can almost guarantee you. And free battle, it's the same story. Like I can. How about I just try and create a room? I don't even care about the rules. We'll just start, pick a stage. As you can see, it's searching, it's counting down. I'll let it count down. I'll see if it can find anybody in that small period of time. I have my settings set to the highest for finding players too, so it should find people even if their connection is terrible with mine. And nothing's going on. It's just resetting the timer. Yeah, so unfortunately the online is no good right now. I mean, I can go into multiplayer battle. I can show you what it's like if it actually does work. You can actually do up to 8 players too. That's kind of crazy thinking about connecting 8 controllers to my computer. It was a more realistic scenario for a Switch with the little Joy-Cons. Sure. I don't know in any special stages. So yeah, the stage selection is very limited unless you buy some of those stages, which like cost a lot, but good luck collecting that currency right now. How about we be, let's check out Pyramid Head Bomber.
Believe in yourself. Victory is already in my sights.
Alright, so this is
Go easy on me, alright?
Super Bomberman R. Multiplayer. Oh. Oh, I'm really slow. Oh, that was weird. Was that my ability or something? Ah! Yeah, I like activate some ability and I go really slow. I don't know what that does. Man, this use on the Switch, it used to be so hard to play with that input lag, but now it's a lot more responsive, thankfully. The movement is still a little weird compared to older Bombermans I've played. Like you're moving like in full 3D space, which is a little odd. They fixed it some, but sometimes I still find myself kind of getting stuck on a ledge. I don't walk all the way around the block. It's not that bad though. It's definitely improved a lot. Yeah, I don't know what this ability does. I wonder if they explain that stuff anywhere. Whoops. It just seems to slow me down. And yet revenge cards are definitely in the game. So you can try and get yourself back in. Which I don't know if I have super revenge on, so I might just be able to take them out but not actually get back in. Because I just started with the default options.
This can't be happening.
When you're in these cards, you usually have to take advantage of other bombs exploding to actually catch anyone with them. And the black bomber is really fast right now. Yeah, I wonder if these basic bomber colors have any special abilities too. There's also some other bombers that you can unlock by playing the story mode too. These bosses. So there's quite a bit of content to look forward to unlocking if you like that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I lost. I feel like there we go. I wasn't sure if I wanted to wait for them to fight, but he failed. Yep, so I probably don't want to watch another one of these matches. Bomberman's a lot more exciting to play than it is watch. How do I get out of a match? Battle rules. Interesting. That's an interesting way to say exit match. I guess it does take me back to battle rules. Anyway, this is Super Bomberman R. Right now, I cannot recommend purchasing the game at the full price. There's just too many issues right now with the online specifically, to the point where you can't even play it. And I think most people who want to buy a Bomberman game want to play it online with their friends, and that just isn't possible right now, unfortunately. I haven't even tested with friends, but I've heard that even with trying to match up with your friends and like inviting them, it doesn't even work. So yeah, for now, pass on this one, but if you really love Bomberman, I would say keep an eye on it and follow the updates to the game, because Konami will hopefully fix it up. But yeah, right now, I'd say it's a dud, unfortunately. Anyway, thanks for watching Cavern Knights, and I'll see you next time.